Well, Alan, we're stood here on the balcony of the media centre. Sun-kissed balcony, which is amazing because the weather forecast suggested we were going to have some rain for this final test day before the season starts at Donington. And what a great crowd as well. It looks like a normal race weekend almost.
Well, no, I hope it's not like a normal race meeting.
A few more people.
Because we have a lot more people than this. But yeah, look, it's a really nice day. Look, it turned out far better than when I opened my curtains this morning because it was a bit grey and dull. But no, it's a really nice day, and I no doubt that's brought the crowds out too. Being school holiday helps. Hopefully it'll stay dry all day. I think it will now, and they'll have a good day.
I spoke to all the drivers yesterday, doing the usual media stuff, and some of the team owners today.
Someone has to do that.
Yes. Thank you very much for acknowledging that. There were very good conversations. There is a lot of excitement about the season. The lighter cars being more nimble, everybody's talking about that. The tyres, everything that's going on suggests we are in for a monumental season.
And I think we say that every year anyway, to be honest.
Might be true this year.
But no, I think you're right. The drivers love the car because we've lost the thick end of 60 kilos out of them, so everyone likes a lighter car anyway. The push-to-pass system is going to have the same effect as it had with the hybrid and the combined hybrid and turbo, so it'll all be just turbo. So the push-to-pass system will be just as effective on a lighter, more nimble car. Which means that they will probably be able to use it in areas they couldn't use it before. Whereas sometimes you'd have to sort of wait for the car to settle out of the corner and everything else. You'll probably be able to get onto it a bit quicker. And we've done other things, as you know, like we've taken the information off the timing screens in the pit lane so that the teams don't know when the other driver is using their push to pass, because that was becoming a real thing last year. They were on the radio to their drivers saying he's on it now or something, and they could react to it straight away, whereas this time they won't be able to do it.
The light on the side of the car, though, remains, is that right? So the fans trackside can see when the boost is used?
The trackside and on TV, you'll still have the information on TV. Yeah. It's just not on the timing screens in here, because the TV signal is a few seconds delayed. So it's about 4 or 5 seconds delayed, so we can leave the information on the TV screen because it's too late to react to it. And the light on the side of the car is the same.
Absolutely. The lap times are going to come down. We've got lighter cars, and we've seen that already, haven't we, to some tune, which suggests that there will be even more circuits this year where the whole grid, all 24 cars, could be covered by, very close to a full second.
I wouldn't doubt that, and especially at the shorter tracks, obviously that'll happen. If you go to somewhere like Silverstone National, the Brands Grand Prix circuit, Knockhill, they should all be covered by under a second. And there's no doubt I'll be, unless weather intervenes, we will be breaking lap records at every track we go to. Now, everyone gets sort of, misty-eyed about lap records. And you will anyway, it's just that we're going to break the lap records a bit quicker this year because the cars are going to be lighter. But the evolution of the circuits and the cars and the tyres and everything means you keep on breaking lap records anyway, but we'll probably do them all this year.
Yeah. We're getting close to the end of the current regs, which means that these cars are as good as they're ever going to get for this generation of car. There are no big changes that can be made now. They're tweaks, aren't they? They are minor changes to make differences.
Well, you don't forget now you get another 2 years. You get another 2 seasons, this year and next year. And there wouldn't be a team down pit road that would probably agree with you. There will be some changes into the cars next year. No one's going to sit back and go, OK, look, the 27 regs are coming in, so we won't worry about developing these cars any longer. They certainly will be. So the cars you'll see next year will be better than the cars you'll see this year. They'll never stop tinkering with them.
Lots of chat on social media about the pre-season signing, to use a football term. Gordon Shedden coming back. That's good news.
Yeah, good news for Gordon.
I mean, not good news for anybody else.
I couldn't help but say that. No, it is good news. It's nice to have a champion, the next champion, on the grid. Gordon. I know Gordon's been trying to get back on the grid for the last couple of years, and he's in a good team, and he's right up for it. And it is really good to see Gordon back. It's but do you know what? The whole grid is a really good grid of drivers. We've got 24 drivers out there, or 25 if you include the 2 that are swapping over, that all deserve to be there. There's no one in those cars that are there just because, I don't know, Daddy's got too much money or whatever. They are all really good drivers, and it's a really great field, and I think we're going to see some of the best racing we've seen for a long time.
I would agree, and I think the fans will agree as well. We've got the usual suspects coming back who we expect to do well. Some returnees. Nick Hamilton's come back, Stephen Jelley's come back, Dan Lloyd has come back, all having been doing other things. The rookies, the new faces on the grid, have all got a real spark about them. Max Hall in testing already has made a bit of a name for himself. I fully appreciate we never know what's going on in testing, but he looks quick. James Dorlin, Charles Rainford, both very capable drivers. And
that's who I was really referring to when I was saying there's no drivers there that don't deserve to be there, even the guys at the back of the grid. No, even if they're at the back of the grid, they actually deserve to be on the grid. They just happen to be in maybe a car that's not as well developed as the cars at the front of the grid. But their talent is fantastic. And Max Hall's a good example. He's been really quick in testing. Yes, we don't know. We do, but we don't know how their car is set up in compared to how it'll be set up in a race meeting. But you still got to drive the car, and he was driving that car really well.
Yeah, and they've all admitted to me in a very honest way that they've got to earn their stripes in the championship, and they've got to learn to race in this robust championship, haven't they?
And they will make mistakes doing it. They will make mistakes in whether it be knowing how to race against other people, maybe tripping up against the regulations. They haven't understood the regulations or the formats or whatever. And that's usually what catches out the rookies in the first year. It's usually a regulation thing. It might be how you get onto the weigh scales, all those sorts of things. So they'll get tripped up during the year, but that's the first year in doing anything is how you learn.
What are you most looking forward to for this season, Alan?
I'd like to just start getting going now.
Yes, only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, I am honestly looking forward to our first event. I hope our first event is dry, but I'm just looking forward to seeing how the season is going to pan out. I think it's going to be one of the closest seasons we've seen for a long time. And you'd be a mug if you tried to pick a winner out of this one.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It would be good to see what odds are given on who's doing what this year. Just finally, there's already been a certain amount of chat, and there will be for the first half of the season. Steve Ryder retiring. He's been an absolute mammoth supporter of the championship for many years, hasn't he? And he bows out at Alton Park.
Yeah, it'll be obviously really sad to see Steve go. He's been an important part of the BTCC for so many years. I mean, he was around the BTCC before me, and that's saying something. So when I first came into the BTCC in 91, 92, Steve and I had a relationship from that. So we've been around together a long time. It'll be unusual for him not to be here, but he deserves a rest. And it's good that there's a break, there's a mid-season break. He can say his goodbye, and the new presenter can take over from him then. And a lot of the success of the BTCC is down to Steve's enthusiasm back when he was with BBC. And lately with ITV.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's probably top secret, but is there discussions going on about who his replacement may be?
I know who his replacement will be, but I couldn't tell you.
You'd have to kill me if you told me.
Yeah, well, I'd like to kill you anyway at times, but I wouldn't need much of an excuse. But no, they've obviously appointed someone to take over from that position, but it's not up to me to announce that.
2 weeks' time we'll be back for the start of the season. I am sincerely hoping, with everything crossed, that the weather's going to be like this and not like it was last year.
So do I. Yeah, last year was just a nightmare. So look, if it sprinkles with rain, that's fine, but just don't do what it did last year.
I remember watching you out on the circuit, ankle deep in water.
Oh, it's just disgusting. So no, anything but like we had last year is fine.
Fantastic, Alan. As always, a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.